They built a car so bold, it almost looked like it came from another planet, and somehow it became the most controversial Chevrolet ever made. This is the 1959 Chevrolet Impala, the car that broke design rules, divided engineers, and redefined what cool looked like in post-war America. But behind those iconic batwing fins and chrome smiles lies a story few people actually know. One filled with hidden quirks, bold experiments, and even cost-cutting secrets that GM never wanted you to notice. And if you think this car was just a pretty cruiser, you're about to see why the 1959 Impala is one of the most misunderstood legends in American automotive history. Back in 1957, Chevrolet was in trouble. Chrysler had just launched their futuristic forward-look cars, low, sleek, and decades ahead in style. GM panicked. They scrapped their entire 1959 design plan and rushed to start over in just a few months. To save time, they did something unheard of. They borrowed Buick's entire chassis and body structure. That's right, the 1959 Impala actually shares its doors, windshield, and floor pan with a Buick. Different badges, same bones. But that shortcut created one of the most dramatic silhouettes in car history. Low roof, wide stance, and fins that looked ready for liftoff. And yet, those fins weren't just design. They were the result of an internal war at GM between two legends, designer Harley Earl and engineer Ed Cole. Each one kept sneaking into the design studio, deepening the fins on the clay models, almost daring the other to go further. What started as rivalry ended up shaping one of the most striking tales ever put on four wheels. Now let's talk quirks, because the 59 Impala was full of them. Take the steering wheel. In 1958, Chevy used a full horn ring. Looked sporty, felt fancy, until drivers started breaking it out of pure road rage. Chevy's fix? They literally chopped off the top half of the horn ring. Problem solved, and somehow it still looked cooler. Or how about that mysterious roof vent above the rear window? It looks like a futuristic air extractor, but it's fake. Originally, it was supposed to work. Air in, air out. But in testing, it did the exact opposite. Air got sucked back inside the cabin, so GM just sealed it and called it a day. And then there's the bumper mystery. Some Impalas had a one-piece rear bumper, others three-piece. The one-piece was sleeker, but the three-piece was cheaper to repair. If you spot one, you can tell if that Impala was built for California or Canada, all from the bumper alone. Even the tail fins, those gorgeous sculpted wings, were a trick. GM only finished the lower half of the metal seams because that's all people could see standing on the street. The top? Left rough to save money. It's invisible genius and cost-cutting at its finest. By the end of 1959, something had changed. The Impala was a hit, but GM knew it couldn't go any wilder. The next generation was toned down, safer, cleaner, quieter. That raw, emotional energy of the 59? It was gone. Fuel injection was discontinued, the bold shapes faded away, and soon, cars weren't built with rivalry and risk, but with committees and caution. That's why the 59 Impala still hits different. It is not just a car, it is a time capsule from when automakers still had the guts to dream crazy. So tell me, have you ever seen a 59 Impala in person? Which of these secrets surprised you the most? Drop your answer below, and if you haven't seen it yet, watch our previous story, the forgotten Pontiac 421 that beat them all. That one will change how you see Pontiac forever. This is MotorVault, where forgotten legends come back to life.